Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of My Hero Academia Season 4. Before we begin, make sure you go in the description below, check out my Patreon, Discord, Instagram, and all that good stuff. What happened last time? Filler! It was just a recap. There's nothing else to
say. And there was a guy that I thought was evil, but he wasn't. He just wanted to know
who the
that
next
there was going
successor
to be a new
was.
hero.
Yeah.
Even though there's a whole school of heroes training, he needed confirmation of
He
that
needed
fact.
to know, and we needed to know what happened in the past seasons, even though we
Yeah.
already know. Because they show us in flashbacks throughout the episodes.
We could forget. I forgot
You might
a
forget.
lot.
You did. You did forget a lot, actually.
They didn't really cover anything that I'd forgotten properly there. I could have done the proper recap.
Well, anyways, this is the first real episode of the
Hopefully.
season. It is. I'm pretty sure it is. This is the first real episode of season 4. So let's get into it.
The air's practically made of dust here. It's gonna make me sick. Join the club.
So it
You guys
is like
inside have
a
been sick for a while.
Black Plague thing. Ooh.
They're back.
They're back.
You brought us a pretty big catch, huh? Twice. You think so? Strange, coming from you. The League of Villains.
What gives? Is this guy famous or something?
He's what you'd call Yakuza. The young head of the Shigaraki. To what do we owe the pleasure?
So it's like a different villain group?
After heroes started thriving, though, they slowly but surely began to disband. When All Might took the stage, their era was over. The
It's
Yakuza
hip-hop music in
survivors
the
who
background.
weren't
Right.
caught became rent-a-thugs for villain groups. In other words, they were the lowest form of criminal, barely scraping by to make a living. Frankly, they're obsolete, an endangered species.
Endangered species.
Huh? I guess that's true.
Yeah, what's a Yakuza thug from the slums doing here? Let me guess,
He
you're
doesn't look
excited
like he's
about
come
All
from the
Might's
slums.
retirement.
Right? He
too?
looks pretty
It's good that he's gone,
cool.
sure. But I'm more interested in All for One's absence. Which means those of us in the shadows and those in the light are both leaderless.
That is a fabulous,
So,
like,
Who will
But-
step up to take their
Ooh,
places?
that's true. They need leaders on both
You know
sides.
who my master is, but you
Isn't that supposed to be him?
Yeah.
That sounds like a challenge. I'm the next leader.
Ooh.
Even now, I'm
Finally.
gathering my troops. Our numbers continue to increase. With our combined power, I'll turn heroes.
I wonder why they
into
chose him,
dust.
though. I mean, they just
You
trust
have an
All for
actual
One's.
plan?
Like, he's the next one.
what is he, his grandson or something?
And your tone.
He's the grandson of the previous
Came
holder.
here to join up with us. A goal
One for all.
without a plan
Oh,
is
yeah.
just a wish. You had the hero killer Stain at your side.
Yeah,
I
but
lost
he
him.
had his own.
Yep,
All first-class game pieces.
yep,
And you lost them.
yep.
Maybe you just didn't know how to play the game. You can't even manage a few crazy people, but you want to build an army? What happens when
I
that
think
power
evil people
spirals
must be
out
the
of
most
control?
difficult people to kind of
You
Rule
need
over.
direction to achieve
because
your goals.
you can't
And
trust any
I
of them because
have a
they're evil.
plan. I didn't come here today because I wanted to join you.
Ooh, fight you?
You brought this idiot here without knowing his intentions.
This is why you don't
twice.
see people,
In
they're
order
also
to
quite
execute my
stupid.
design, I need money.
I
Unfortunately,
love
there
it.
aren't
Just
many
like,
people looking for
Deadpool,
best in
yeah.
some obsolete small-time Yakuza. Now, your group, on the other hand, has widespread name recognition. Put yourself under me. Make me your new leader, and I'll show you exactly how to use the right tools.
No thanks.
No thanks.
Bye.
Leave.
Not to be bound by anything.
Oh no, what's he doing? Is he gonna like give everyone a plate?
Ooh. God.
Just remember,
You're
you
right.
made the first move.
Blood. That's nasty. Did he give him like a plague or something?
He disintegrated
That's
him.
why I hate the aftermath. Come
I wouldn't go after him now. After you've seen what he can do.
Why isn't my quirk working? Don't touch me!
Oh. God.
Shield!
Who's that?
What's going on?
Is that one of his bodyguards he brought?
Now I get it.
Oh.
Should have just started with this. Saved us all some time. Hard to be objective in this situation. Besides, killing each other isn't productive.
Wow.
You don't say.
Death on both sides. Let's take a breather. We'll cool our heads.
He
and
disintegrated
try
that guy.
I owe your side and arm.
I know you're side and arm. You go in the body as well.
Real quick. No.
It's my responsibility!
No. Smart decision, facepalm
Who's
guy.
this tiny
I
little
don't
guy?
want to, but the sooner we talk, the better. Think things over carefully. Consider how your organization should be run.
Wow.
Then, when you've calmed down, call me.
They gotta pay for this! Why can't I go after him?
Gene, we need to get Anti-Hero to a dock.
Right.
He shot him with something
Work.
that made
Yeah,
his
those
quirk
are
not
like,
work.
Damn, that hurts.
Pellet thing.
Yeah.
They entail helping pro agencies on the streets and with investigations. Your teachers and the principal discussed them at the faculty meeting, and we all agree.
He's just smiling like a weirdo.
They should really be canceled.
But we already met about them. I guess when you think about why we...
Why is he always
He's
touching
playing
his
with his
tail?
tail?
Yeah, why is he always touching that dude's tail?
Just because you wouldn't get to do one.
But some people think we won't be able to raise strong heroes with that sort of protective outlook. And with that in mind, the compromise is to be selective about participating agencies. So choose one with a proven track record. Otherwise, you won't be taking part.
So someone who's actually who's actually good.
He didn't have a great time
No.
the last time, did he?
He had a horrible
Agency
time.
with a good track record of work studies.
You wanted to be proactive, so you called Gran Torino, didn't you?
But this guy is not
Well, I
fun.
refuse. I'm
Oh.
not saying that to punish you, though. I have 3 reasons. First up, I opposed work studies in a faculty meeting yesterday.
Oh.
I think it's unnecessary for first years to start them so early.
I agree. I say we just support any hungry students who want to go the extra mile.
Sir Nighteye, I just don't want to have to talk to the guy.
Wait. Emo Mike. Emo
Break.
Emo Mike. What?
John told me I'm not allowed to lose. Since
That was probably a hard translation, it sounded like.
And think about it.
They're like
My
quite
quirk is
crunchy.
so similar to yours.
Third year student Midoriya, all might would like to speak with you. Please come to the counseling office at once. I repeat, third year student.
Crazy, he wants to talk to me? Wonder what it's about.
Hey, Togata, hey! What did you do? Are you in trouble?
So is he gonna have him introduce Deku to
No clue.
Nighteye?
Oh, that you always.
I gotta go see. Get it?
So, wow.
I love how whenever the teacher wants to talk to you, like, what did I
that was
do?
really unfunny, wasn't it? Aw, yeah, you are here. Sorry, couldn't help myself. I just
You
got
are
so
here.
excited You wanted to talk to me,
I don't really understand what's going on right now.
right? I'm completely clueless too.
Isn't it great?
That's all right. He's currently doing his
That
work
tie
study
is
at Nightae's
huge.
agency.
Oh, seriously? That's
He's got his tie down. What
Right.
the hell
I've
is he
been
doing
working
with his
alongside
tie?
him for a full year now.
Then you're like guaranteed to be his sidekick when you graduate.
You want me to take Midoriya to him for an introduction?
Yeah.
But wait a minute, why do you need to go through me? I always see him watching.
I don't wanna talk to him.
You in his spare
Talk to
time.
him.
I'm sure he'd be really happy if you called him up yourself.
I can't exactly face him right now. Because he was dead right. I ended up precisely where he warned me I'd be. So, do you think young
Why didn't he
Midoriya
give
has what
his
it takes?
quirk
Oh man, that's
to his
tough.
sidekick?
That's what we're
Why
left
don't you
to
tell me
think
what
about
kind
now.
of hero you want to be?
What kind?
There's always a smile on his face.
I wanna be like
no
All
matter
Might.
how things
Are we
get.
gonna see his dead face again?
Even when everything looks impossible.
I want to be strong so I won't worry people. I want to always win and save everybody.
You can't save everybody.
I want to
though.
become the greatest. Got it?
Wow.
Sometimes it's easier to organize your
Well, that
thoughts
is
out
quite
loud.
an ambition.
I've been through some intense times.
The more I experience,
It's about to
the
get
more I
worse.
see how hard it is to be the kind of hero I want to be. That's why
So you type
I have to become stronger.
Ooh.
That arm is just messed up.
Wow, that was a lot.
That was deep, man.
There's no reason for me to say no, though, so yeah.
There you go.
You mean it? Oh, wow, thank you so much. Sure, I always figured Sir would take a liking to you anyway. I sure
He's
hope
got
he does.
bruises and cuts on his arm too.
Don't get too psyched. I don't know if Sir will agree to take you on. Of course.
Probably when he was training with his quirk.
I have no doubt that someone worthy of your power walks the halls of our fine school.
Mirio Togata, huh? And who is that?
Okay.
Well,
What
his
is he?
grades aren't anything special, but he certainly
So
has a
he
lively presence.
recommended
There's
him
near
to be the
constant
successor.
laughter in the halls whenever he's around. And even if he fails a test, his smile never disappears. Doesn't it sound like he aligns with your philosophy?
He's very similar to All Might.
If I hadn't met young Midoriya when I did.
He would have been the successor.
Damn it, Midoriya.
For long, it was the weekend.
A whole day off, huh?
Yeah, after all the exams and special training, you can finally take it easy for him.
Wow.
Okay, what's up with him?
Oh, hey, looky there. They've got provisional license training on weekends.
You should be thankful to the teachers. You got
Yeah, they're
caught
doing
fighting
their training because they
Midoriya,
didn't get the
but
licenses.
they're still going to let you retain.
Well, this is it, Sir Night-Eye's agency. Easy,
Nervous.
man, take a breath. Try to loosen up.
That's all of
But
us.
not too loose, you know? Because Sir's actually a pretty strict
Meeting
guy.
someone new, someone important.
He's a hero famous for being demanding on others as well as himself. His gaze is so harsh that it makes me shiver every time I see him on TV. He looks so severe. That's absolutely true. But there's a totally different side of him that the press never gets to see. You need to do one important thing at this meeting. You gotta make him laugh. Then he'll totally approve of you.
Oh god,
no.
that is. If you're not a funny kind of guy,
Exactly what it sounds
and then
like.
you're gonna try too hard to make him laugh, and you're just gonna come across as like a
Or
weirdo.
something, I think.
I don't like
All
spiral
I can do is introduce
staircases.
you to him.
That's an
Sir's the one who'll
interesting
decide if you can use it.
shot.
I wish I could
Yeah.
help more, but that's all I got.
It's like CGI.
From here on, you'll have to figure
It's
out how
quite,
to make
it's kind of,
certain
it's a bit
knowledge
jerky
yourself.
though. I don't like spiral staircases where you can see the gap between the
Yeah.
steps. They make me scared.
Oh god.
Want to get stronger? Then walk on through.
Oh god.
Let's see. The meeting site was already deserted by the time we got there. But
Why
we
is
did
that top
find
so
evidence
short?
that had been wiped off the floor. Due to the massive amount of damage to the building itself, it's safe to presume that some sort of fight went down there.
Oh, that was
Most
the
likely
where
leader
the villains
won.
fought.
Why is she dressed like that? That's so
You
unnecessary.
know there's no future for a
Anime.
society without both humor and energy.
He's a big
Oh,
freaking
yes,
poster.
Big poster.
Sir,
Look
the
at those
report is
muscles. Look
really
at that arm.
nice.
It takes up the
I
whole
was just
thing.
trying not to mess up. Wait! No!
Uh-oh.
Oh, please don't!
Heyo, I brought that first.
Heyo.
I would not enter a room like
Agency.
I.
Place this is.
He's tickling her.
See, this is how loud and energetic you can be.
What?
So this is Sir Night-Eye, All Might's former sidekick.
So intense.
His stare's just as intense in person.
Make him laugh.
So, why did the chicken
I'm
cross the road?
a banana.
Me to get what I need to do. From this moment on, I need to control myself. He wants to laugh. I can do that.
Oh no, what's he gonna do?
In order to become the #1 hero. I'm Izuku Midoriya.
Oh no.
I admired All Might so much that I practiced my impression of him in the mirror for years.
Wow.
Making people laugh. If that doesn't work, I'm done for.
Oh, that was.
What is this, boy? Are you ridiculing All Might?
No. He's not funny.
That left us like so tense.
He's not funny.
Oh, he's not funny.
Uh-oh.
Let me just check and see if there's any after credits scene. Well, that was that episode.
It was a weird one. It kind of, I guess, it's setting things up to happen.
It's all set up. Yeah, that's all it really is. All the setup. new characters. We got Nighteye, which we've seen glimpses of him before, but now we actually got to see him.
Okay.
Yeah, they showed glimpses of him. But now we actually get to see him, meet him, and poor Midoriya is not funny at all. I mean, I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. I am Izuku Midoriya.
Funny. Are you mocking?
Are you mocking him? Poor guy. He's like, he's not funny at all.
But isn't like imitation the highest form of like
Flattery?
Flattery.
I mean, I guess this guy took it a completely different way. But
I mean, he clearly wasn't good enough to get his quirk. Him.
yeah, so both of these guys, Nighteye and Togata, I guess his name is.
I think it's like
They are both people who are candidates to be successful.
but they already have a quirk. And I think he wanted
But it amplifies the quirk you
Yeah,
have.
but I think he wanted to give it to someone who like started from zero.
Like how
kind
he
of
did?
thing. Yeah.
But I mean, if it wasn't for Midoriya, he would have picked the Togata
Yeah.
instead of about. I
I'm
wonder
glad
why.
he didn't.
I wonder what his issue is with Nighteye, because he used to be a
Yeah,
sidekick to All
and
Might,
he's now
and now
like
there's like I don't want to even talk to him.
personal issues.
Don't even want to talk to this guy.
Some gossip right there.
So let's talk about the beginning of the episode, where the villains just murdered each other.
Yeah.
That was pretty dark. I always realize what this show needs is to bring some of the darkness to the actual students. Whenever the villains are involved, the show gets dark, and you're like,
Yeah,
ooh,
and
this
it
is
gets really good.
interesting. And then when it goes to the students, it's really lighthearted
He's
and
playing
happy.
with this guy's tail.
Exactly. Like they need the darkness to come like into
They
the
need
show
it
more.
mixed together. It felt a bit like two separate shows. Like it had a first half with bad guys.
With the
second
first half where
with good
some
guys.
dude's getting half of his body disintegrated and another guy losing an arm. And then we go into this where it's like touching tails and making people laugh, and it's like
Yeah.
it's weird.
They need to merge the two.
So Overhaul is the new villain with the mask, and his quirk looks like it disintegrates people.
I think because you could see it in his veins.
It made it like
but
like
he's like one of those witch doctors.
he
things.
scratched him.
Yeah, and I think something got into his bloodstream and exploded him from the inside out.
But he exploded. He can explode certain parts of people.
Yeah, that
Like when the
guy's
guy,
arm
he
just
just took his arm off.
Not a nice quirk.
I'm like, is that guy dead for good? I mean, I'm sure he's dead for good.
He must. I don't see how he's coming back from that. Sorry, but I don't think it's good.
I'm just thinking it's so weird that they have him have this like tiny flashback of my friend told me
Yeah.
I can do anything,
Well,
blah blah
maybe
blah.
they're gonna go back to this guy.
And then you're dead.
Maybe that guy's gonna have a big part.
It was just
pigtails.
it was just random. Well, apparently it's a girl, not guy. I mean, I don't know why she still has a beard, like a little bit of a scruffle, and the pigtails. I mean, if you're gonna go one, just lose them.
He just wants it all.
But yeah, that he just disintegrated him into the other guy's arm. But they did shoot him with something, a little pellet,
Yeah.
and he said, "I can't use my quirk."
Yeah.
So like they shot him with something that takes away his quirk, but it's like, what is that the other villains have? They have some kind of thing, weapon.
Questions.
Interesting stuff. But yeah, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen next because I don't know how Midoriya is gonna like try to
I'm sort of annoyed though that they're going back to this,
back to what?
going on work experience.
Well,
They
it's
already did that.
it's work experience, but it's technically training. So in anime, there's training arcs, and this
Yeah.
feels like it's going into a
But
training arc.
They need to actually train.
They train in the danger that they get into.
and then when there's danger, then they're like, oh crap, these students aren't safe. And it's like they're supposed to be training to be heroes. I mean,
Well, All Might did say he's like, I opposed this this work study because you need to get stronger training.
which he needs.
He needs to be training him. And he always says, I'm gonna train
Yeah,
you.
he never does. He never does.
He's like training him,
Midoriya's doing it all by himself.
and he needs to be older.
That guy did way more for him than All Might's ever done. The
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I've dabbled in the manga, but
You've read all the spoilers.
I know a lot of spoilers, she's completely fresh. She has no idea what's happening. But for me, it's like I have pieces of the story, but I don't know how they all fit together and how they make sense, basically. Like I know who this guy is. I know who Nighteye is, and I know what his quirk is. I don't know what his story is with All Might.
Let's talk about the fact he's tickling, torturing.
He's torturing.
Tickling people.
He likes to make people laugh, apparently, but he's not a funny person either. He's very serious and scary. But he tickles people and tortures them. And yeah, what is up with her outfit? Too?
That's unnecessary.
It's anime. It's fan service is what it is. It's called fan service.
If that excites you, go outside and meet real people.
They're like, we could kind of see boobs, but they're drawing.
It's just a drawing.
Well, this is how it is for some people who live alone in their basement. Anyways, enough making fun of people. That was an interesting episode. Way better than last episode, but I think it's because it's the actual story.
I still feel like it's got a way to go.
Yep, it's the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
There's still 23 episodes left of this season.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm also used now to watching back-to-back episodes of anime.
Oh, so you're used to like fast.
Yeah,
like,
so for me,
you're used to binging.
An episode like this would go quite fast. It's like, it wasn't that big, but then you move on and you slowly build up the story. Whereas I'm having to wait every week now.
Welcome to my life.
Sucks.
That's been my life this whole time. Except I'd be watching it subbed usually because there wouldn't be dub.
Oh.
I'm only lucky that they simul-dub this show.
It's a difficult life.
Oh! Anyways, that's all I have. Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
Alright, well that's it for us. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out my Patreon.
Yeah.
Because this video you won't be able to watch next week. Because we have to watch it fresh. But you can see, if you watch my Pokemon reactions, you can watch those episodes before it comes on YouTube. So check that out. And also you get a shout out. If you have a channel, I will put your channel link in the description if you sign up on my Patreon. So with that being said, also check out my Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay videos, my Pokemon reactions, my anime reviews, and all that good stuff. And have yourselves a great one.